Okay, welcome back to this tutorial. Today we'll be understanding how to actually read services, and we'll be working with a REST service. So because we have been saying at most of the tutorials we have gone through in the past was we designed a scenario and we actually have an API that we can give to other developers. However, what if the other developers they want to they feel they wanted to give us a particular API that we need to consume in our service. So basically, that's what we are going to be walking through in this tutorial. And we did a particular video on how to create a REST service in PHP. Quite a very simple script. Just reading from the database we have been working from in the tutorial. You can actually look for that on the course page. How to create a REST service, pretty straightforward, and that's what we are going to be doing in this tutorial. So I'll just show you the service that we created on Postman, what it does. Then before we actually go into building a new configuration file here in Mo Anypoint Studio. So we created this service the last time called fetch line. What it just does is we send this, let's see the output. It returns the from location, the to location and the price for a particular line. So we are just trying to do something simple. You can actually expand this. The idea of this is to give you show you a basic scenario, and you can actually it's very flexible. You can expand this into something more complex based on your requirements. So we'll be using this endpoint in Anypoint Studio. So let's get started. Welcome to today's class. So like we do, we are reading. We'll read a REST service. So um, we need to, whenever we want to work with, we are given an endpoint. We'll use the listing. But however, when we want to use, whenever we are given an API, we need to use the request. So let me just come again. When you're given your API out, you've designed your process, and you have an API, your base part and the rest. You use the listing to be able to listen for when your API is called. However, when you want to call another API, you use the request. So that's what we are going to do. First of all, I'm just going to use the schedule tool because it's one of the to demonstrate this. The scheduler is just which ones that will be fine. I'm just saying, okay, run the first time, but the second time you should start running from an interval of 1000 minutes, which is a long time. So it's just to avoid us having too many mixed signals and we won't be able to understand it. In the real world scenario, you adapt this to your requirements. So the next thing you want to do is you want to use the read request. Read, so it's under the HTTP library, and we create a new connection. So So basically, if you understand how to set up the HTTP listener, this is not far from it. It's pretty simple. Protocol is HTTP or HTTPS. Currently I don't have an SSL certificate installed on my server, so I'm using HTTP. So the next thing I want to do is the host. I'm communicating on port 54, 206, 50, and 247. And because it's HTTP, I'm using port 80. Any other interesting connection? We don't have any authentication because it's simple. We are not doing anything complex. So we just click on OK. Yeah. Then the next we want to do is the parameters. What do we need to supply to these parameters? The name of the file you want to read, like it's called the fetchline.php. This is we designed this in one of the extension classes. I think it would be interesting if you can actually just you see what this is. And like we always do, we send this out, we publish this out using a logger, and we just publish out the payload. Fetchline result set isn't the payload. Okay, and I think we are ready to go. So let's see. Our project is already run, so we'll just wait and see what happens. It reboots. We keep our finger crossed. So basically, what it does is it goes and calls the service, and see what is the output and returns it back to us. It uses the logger to send the output back to us, the user, and we'll be able to read it here. Fetch line result set Texas California 10, which was the same result given by API when we called in Postman. So this is pretty easy, pretty quick. So you can actually use this. You can actually, the idea of this is you can actually add little parameters using a get parameter or using various variables, the query parameter or the URI parameter. Amazing, it's very amazing. I think you should explore this. Follow the tutorials. Like we have covered a lot of topics. This is the 12th episode in the series, um, and we are approaching mastery of the tool Anypoint Studio. Very soon we'll be looking on how to deploy our first solution to the cloud, and it's amazing. It's because over the past few series you have actually developed from being a newbie to being a pro in the tool. Okay, thanks for this tutorial.